So lately, I've been asking myself this question, considering the stories I've heard and some of the videos I've seen on social media. So I've been wondering if it does worth it. Paying for the so-called COS, buying the COS just to locate to the UK with your family or as a single individual. Does it really worth it? You know, because I know at the end of this video, somebody would come to fight me in the comment section as always. But then the truth must certainly be told, no matter what you say, no matter what you drop in my comment section. I will also be sharing a video, playing a video here for you to see what I'm talking about. Because I didn't film that video, I didn't record that, even though it was a case scenario that happened between some Nigerians and possibly a Zimbabwean lady in the UK. So I am still wondering if it is worth it. Getting a COS that is not directly from a company that is legit, and you come over here, you begin to struggle. Now, let me tell you, last month, I met a lady. When I say a lady, she's married, she has their children in Nigeria, but she's here. And she told me she's been in this country in the last 6 months, but she has not worked for one day. I said, why? She said she has 3 years visa into this country. 3 long years visa to the UK, and she has not worked for just one day. I said, why? He said, because the agency that brought her into this country has issues, some question mark. Therefore, almost all of them that came in around that same time, they stopped the agency from, sending their staff to go to work in the hospitals because they came in as domiciliary carers. I said, okay, why not apply to some other places since you already have a visa to stay, to live and work in the UK, which is a 3 years visa. She said she's been trying. Unfortunately, the sister is even a nurse. She said, unfortunately, anywhere she applied to, they would tell her to refer back. They're going to refer her back to the agency that brought her into this country. That is that agency that is supposed to give her a job. Yes, since it was that agency that gave her COS to have relocated to the UK. You see how difficult this can be. And at a point, he said they started demanding for her to have had 6 months UK experience. So I advise her, the only way to get that is for her to start a voluntary job. Maybe she should go to the care home, hospital, She said she tried the hospital one, they didn't let her volunteer. I said, okay, go to care home and see if you can volunteer. Even if it is once in a week, it counts. She said, okay, she will be starting that. I really felt terrible. She started telling me a story about another lady that moved to the UK with her, another family lady with 4 children in Lagos. He said that one moved to London where she got her own job. He said that one was sent to a location in London. So when she got there, the same thing was happening. Within 1st, 2nd, 3rd month, no job. He said the woman's family, the husband in Lagos, Nigeria, was the one sending money for rent, for bills, for everything to somebody who got a work visa to the UK. When you get like a work visa in the UK, you are expected to resume work within 2 weeks of your arriving here, or 1 week, or thereabout, as the case may be. Some have already given you your start date before you will arrive this country, and on that particular date, you are expected to report to your workplace. Yes. But the reverse is the case for this. So this lady, she was really thankful because she is squatting at her sister's, but her family is still in Nigeria. But the other lady had to go back. What am I saying in a sense? Unfortunately, people that pay for this COS are the wealthy class. Middle class, rich people who are gainfully employed in Africa. They have good, highly paying jobs. Unfortunately, they just quit that job or put that job on hold because he said the one in London went back, returned to her job in Nigeria because she couldn't really bear the fact that the husband is sending her money all the way from Lagos to this place. You know what it means when you begin to pay your rent, your bills, use Naira to pay in pounds. It's a whole lot. £1 is currently 1,000 plus. You gather the Naira together. So this is quite saddening. I remember one certain time, about 4 months ago, I saved a young man from being scammed. He already made a deposit of 2 million or thereabouts, and he said he's going to be paying the balance afterwards, maybe after he arrived in the UK. I said, okay, congratulations. But let me ask you, when did you do your interview? Lo and behold, this young man said he never did an interview. You never did an interview, and they gave you a care work, and they gave you a COS. He sent me the COS. I was like, wow. To verify if the company is in existence in the UK. Meanwhile, I made a video about how to find out, the occupational code on the UK shortage occupation list. If you want to check if the company is legit, and if you want to check if your COS is also legit. I made a video about that. I will leave it here for you to see. I told this guy, it is not possible. Those of you in the UK, even if it is cleaning job that you apply to do here, they would definitely ask you for like 1 year experience just for cleaning that you do every day in your house. Talk more of somebody coming in here from a foreign country to work as a cleaner. They need experience and they need to interview you. Cleaning job, they will always interview you. Talk more of that. And you've already deposited the money that you did not have. So it's really crazy. Looking at this very video here. Let's just have a look at this video.
That's fine. Let them get hold of me.
She's not getting in the car.
She's not getting until the police come. The police are coming. Have you called the police? The police have to come. No. Let the police come. Let the police come. I am recording it right now. I am. You send us. I am recording it. Let's go now. Yes. Oh, she blocked her. You didn't see when she blocked her. You didn't see when she blocked her.
She blocked me.
She blowed her. She blowed her on her eyes. She blowed her on her eyes.
You are not ready to help me. My name is.
You are not. You are not.
You blocked me and
You are not. She blocked all numbers. She blocked.
I said yes to you yesterday. You didn't.
You have all evidence.
No. I will give you your money.
Okay.
I want my money now. I want my money.
Am I co- Hey,
You get your money. You are escaping.
the money is with you. Evidence is with us. I'm asking.
You are getting inside that car. You want to escape. There is no way you can escape. There is no way you can escape. You buy it there.
Kolelo. You are beating him. Why? The two of you are beating him. The two of you are assaulting him. The two of you are assaulting him. You are assaulting him. Keep assaulting him. Keep assaulting him.
No, it's not coming in.
So you guys
No,
are
it's
what?
not coming
You are fighters.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Make the transfer.
You're not going
That
anywhere.
was you like.
It's not
Yeah,
going.
the police are coming.
They're coming already.
So wait, let the police
They're
come.
coming. They're coming
Let the
already.
police come.
I phoned them.
Let the police come.
If
blocked my integrity in mud.
Decline us. It won't happen this way.
You
You block
no
someone.
communication. You
block
block.
someone.
Do you know what she told us when I came
We
in
need
May?
our money back. Come on. It's not a joking matter this time around. I'm sorry.
I do know how many. I do know. I even
It's
stood for her.
money.
Do you remember that day? Those guys were swearing for me.
And you can't stop this problem. You are buying me from social media. I can't reach you. I can't talk to you. I was begging you like my God.
We were outside there. You were watching us. You were giving your receptionist. You were giving them a different
I
different
told
thing.
you are not coming in without an
You was
appointment.
calling. You're not.
He had an appointment.
nice
He came late.
appointment.
He will come late. Never.
What sort of meeting was that?
So
What sort of meeting were you at?
with you.
You used to have appointment before. You used to have appointment before. You don't have appointment before.
Business as opposed to have an appointment with
You don't have
No.
appointment before. But after you frauded him, you say you should be having appointment.
What sort of appointment is that? You've been declining us all this months. We were outside. If you could have done it
Like very
properly,
backward.
it won't look like this.
No, you don't come to anyone's office without an appointment. That's
Because you have refused to acknowledge communication.
Right, so having seen this short clip that I've just played, now this is just a display of shame. I don't know what you make out of this very video. In the UK, you are doing this on the busy street of UK. I don't want to judge, but you be the judge yourself. Now, what will become of these people accusing, yes, let me just put it in that way, accusing this woman of scamming them of their money, blocking them? To be honest with you, before you go to anyone's office in the UK, you need to make an appointment, precisely. Yes. But that notwithstanding, their claims, I don't know, because they are just exposing themselves. Yes, because by the time the police comes, the offender, the defendant, or by the time they get to the court, the reporter and the defendant, the woman involved, all of them are in for a big trouble in this very country. Yes, they would appreciate them for like putting up that fight on the street, and they're going to charge them for it. You know, what would be the repercussion? You bribed somebody to come into this country. How could you even pay such a huge amount of money like they were claiming and shouting in the background? Even if all of them, because it was one of them that recorded this and put up on social media. What were they thinking? The woman was willing for the police to come and intervene in this very situation. But how about they? That woman in particular is probably a Zimbabwe who must have settled down in the UK. What's come to us, they will punish her, but in their own situation, they are likely to find themselves back from wherever they had come from, which is, anyway, I think it's good. They go back home because home remains the best, to be honest. Because elderly people in this country, especially Nigerians who have lived here, or Africans who have lived here for a long period of time, possibly in their 60s, 90% of them tend to go home. They want to return home for retirement because home is where life is. Apart from that, does it really worth it paying for this COS to come to the UK and you remain jobless? Do you know what it means to pay for rent? And some of you think that, okay, I have a sister in the UK. Assuming you have a sister or a family here in Durham or in Middlesbrough precisely, and then you get a job in a place like Manchester, you're not going to be squatting with your sister in Middlesbrough and be working in Manchester or be working in London. It's a long journey, you know, so do not hope that when you come here, you start squatting with your family, blah, blah, blah. Because even if you do, it's going to be for the first 2 weeks you have arrived. You have to go to wherever you found that job, get a house and start paying. And I tell you what, even if I'm squatting anybody here, I can only pity you 2-3 weeks for free. The next one, you start paying me 300 in a week because this is not my house. I pay rent every month, and not only that, we pay the bills. No Father Christmas in abroad. It's not like back home where you have mansions, huge house to yourself. You don't even pay some of these bills. Even when you pay, you don't even enjoy those things. But you pay. But this is entirely different because you cannot run away from paying bills. So guys, I don't know why people take this risk, especially those who are well-to-do back home. Yes, the middle class, the working class, they are the one into this. A poor person back home or in Africa cannot raise £10,000, an amount as 12,000, 15,000, like they always pay for this COS or give to these agencies, especially all these domiciliary people. So for those of you that has always come to my inbox to ask me, Chi, do you know any agent I can pay no matter how much it costs? I am not a party to this trash. I am saying it here, forgive my tone. This is how I feel. I don't do any shabby stuff. Apply for any job you find online, especially on Google. And fantastically, the government has introduced this what is it called, skills. I mean, all the skills you have acquired, look up, you would find a job. Skills like hairdressing, farming, agriculture. I will come up with a video on that, you know. So no knowledge is the worst, no skill that you have acquired that is the worst. Even weathers and capitals are needed in the UK right now. The best way is to look up for this job on Google and apply. You come here in peace. Don't give anybody your money, for crying out loud, before they will scam you. What do you gain coming here where you believe that is heaven? People in back home will believe that, oh, you've arrived, very soon you start sending money home or doing something tangible. Unfortunately, you are still squatting, constituting nuisance to the person you are squatting in their house. Even if it is your direct brother, your direct sister, you don't know you are consistent nuisance by not paying no bills. You don't contribute to none of it. They might not tell you, but they are feeling suffocated. Yes, in this part of the world, everything counts. They won't be happy coming home to see you lying down every morning, stretching your leg and talking blah. Anyway, most of them here actually contributed to what is happening to those of you who are new to the country because they advise you. They also contributed to sponsor you to come in. It's quite a pity. It's quite a pity, to be honest. So, to my own understanding, I don't think it's worth it. If you have a job you are doing back home, look for a job in that field and see if you can get a sponsorship. If not, you can try Canada, try Australia, because right now, this UK is something else. Even the visa fee has been increased, head surcharge, everything is on here, which is madness. So please, this is it for this very content. Just let me know what would become of this set of people that embarrassed themselves on the street of the UK. confessing their rubbish, washing their dirty linens out there. Since they have arrived there, I think it should have been better for them. Let the woman be. And basically, I am sure that they have visas, because they couldn't have moved to the UK without visas. Just like that woman told me, she has 3 years visa. Just look for somewhere else. If it is all this factory work, you start doing it while you gain experience, or you go volunteer and then start the care work. 3 years is such a long time. Some of them even have 5 years visas. Some of these people that are messing up, because they don't understand the law. You know, they think that this place is elsewhere in Africa. Unfortunately, it is not. By the time they get to the court or to the station, you that came to report, you will finally become a, I don't know how to put it, you finally start serving punishment for your ignorance, for not knowing that paying bribe, coming through the back door, is not something that should be glorified in this part of the world. So this is it. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and fight me in the comment section. I'm ready to take all that. Okay, we are used to that, yes, but what I am saying is this: it doesn't worth it coming here to remain jobless, whereas your job is in Nigeria. To be honest, if you are sure, make sure that you verify the company that is giving you COS here, and make sure that they have job for you to resume as soon as you get to the UK. I think that would save you a lot of stress, a lot of high BP that you never had in the past. All right, bye.